Welcome back to Squawk Box. This morning, Tesla will build a $1 billion plant in Austin, Texas, making it one of the largest economic development projects in the city's history. Phil LeBeau joins us now with more. Phil.
Andrew, this is a big deal and a big win for Austin, Texas. As you take a look at shares of Tesla, this is a contest for where the next Tesla gigafactory would be located. That went on for several months. It really came down to Austin versus Tulsa, Oklahoma. Ultimately, for a number of reasons, they chose Austin, Texas, including the fact that it's a great place to attract talent. They think that they'll do very well there. This is what the gigafactory comes down to down there. It is near Austin, Texas, not in the city, but near the city. And the video you're looking at comes from our affiliate down there, KXAN. They're showing that they're actually doing work down near that location. It's the second final U.S. assembly plant for Tesla in the U.S. It'll build the Cybertruck as well as the Tesla Semi, Model 3, and Model Y for eastern United States. Here's Elon Musk talking about the Gigafactory.
The location is 5 minutes from Austin International Airport and 15 minutes from downtown Austin. It's about 2,000 acres. And we're going to make it, I think, a factory that is going to be stunning. It's right on the Colorado River, so we're actually going to have a boardwalk where there'll be a hiking, biking trail. It's going to basically be an ecological paradise.
If you think Tesla is taking a hit now, just wait until all the schmucks who bought a ton of calls the last 2 days dump them tomorrow morning.
Yeah. I guess the question is, how long do you hang on? I mean, how low do you think the stock ends up going, and how does this all play out?
I mean, it's like Elon Musk has been beamed down from another planet to show us mortals how to run a company. The fact is, it's a constant cash drain. They're highly dependent on federal government and state incentives for money, which constantly flows in. They have capital raises all the time. Even the high-end cars that they build now cost more to build than they're able to sell them for. Mercedes, BMW, Volkswagen, GM, Audi, and Porsche are all coming out with 300-mile electric luxury sedans. I think they're doomed.
Times when I was short at my hedge fund and I was positioned short, meaning I needed it down, I would create a level of activity beforehand that could drive the futures. It doesn't take much money. Similarly, if I were long and I would want to make things a little bit rosy, I would go in and take a bunch of stocks and make sure that they're higher, and maybe commit $5 million in capital to do it, and I could affect it. What you're seeing now is it probably is bigger market now. Maybe you need $10 million in capital to knock this stuff down, but it's a fun game and it's a lucrative game, and you can move it up and then fade it. That's often creates a very negative feel. So let's say you take a longer term view intraday, and you say, listen, I'm going to boost the futures, and then when the real sellers come in, real market comes in, they're going to knock it down. That's going to create a negative view. That's a strategy very worth doing when you're valued on a day-to-day basis. And I would encourage anyone who's in the hedge fund game to do it because it's legal, right? And it is a very quick way to make money and very satisfying.
Okay.
Well, by the way, no one else in the world would ever admit that, but I could care.
That's right. And you.
But I could care. That's right. And you can say that here.
I can't. I'm not going to say it on TV. Well,
by the way, no one else in the world would ever admit that, but I could care.
That's right. And you can say that here.
I can't. I'm not going to say it on TV.
Fourth, I had actually been telling all my short-selling friends it was a bad short for a couple of years. You just didn't want to get in the way of a very open-ended growth story. Yeah. But then the early indications, this big Q1 miss was not a surprise to anyone who was really doing the work. The evidence was all there. And so I reversed my position and I said, it's now, this is the beginning of the end for Tesla about a month ago. And I predicted a $100 stock price by the end of this year, and that's a prediction I'm sticking to.
Solar City. And we effectively had essentially a $5 price target on the stock, and Elon Musk came in and bailed them out. The question is, do the shareholders care? And I think at this point, unfortunately, the answer is no. But I think as the stock price falls, you're going to get a lot of people looking back at some of these promises he's made, including the profitability in Q3 and 4 of this year, which we don't think they're going to be able to get to. And I think that's where you'll get some of the lawsuits, et cetera. But I think what really really pressures this stock, in our view, is the competition coming in. And if you look at the Chevy Bolt just last year, again, the first 100% battery electric vehicle car with over 200 miles of range, Tesla said they were going to grow their 1H17 sales by 66%, and the number was actually 6%. And if you add the Bolt sales to their numbers, it jumps to 45%. So competition is real, and we think there's real competition coming this year. You have the Audi, the Jaguar e-tron. You have the Porsche e-Mission. These are all amazing cars that we think are really going to pressure Tesla. Right. So I think what's important is, look, we're the biggest bears on the street, and our estimate for 4Q deliveries is 180,000. The street consensus is below us. I think everybody's below us. So I think the street overall is sandbagging their numbers, which allows Tesla to continue to beat. But think about this. Just over the weekend, we found out that Tesla is offering free supercharging for a full year if you buy a car made out of Fremont before the end of the year. That suggests they're trying to pull in demand. We found out last week they cut the price on their German inventory cars by 1,090 euro. That's a big price cut. They're trying to push through demand. And we know that Elon Musk, has cut the production, et cetera. And if you looked at China, right? So in China, people got excited about in October, the sales were about 12,000. In November, it looks like they jumped to about 21.5 thousand. We believe what enabled that was an 8% price cut at the beginning of October, which we really saw in November. But the problem is that price cut was enabled by them changing technology, LFP batteries, which are now being widely reported in China to only get 50% of the range in the winter and only get 50% of the range reported today in Europe in the winter and cold weather. So the problem is, potentially for Tesla, is are they going to be able to continue to sell that amount of cars in China now that people are seeing that the range is only half of what's promised?
By the way, no one else in the world would ever admit that, but I could care.
That's right. And you can say that here.
I can't. I'm not going to say it on TV.
More jobs are coming to Travis County.
The Austin Business Journal reporting that Tesla is looking to fill more than 280 positions. This after the company already announced plans to hire 5,000 employees a few months ago. KVU's Jenny Lee is live in eastern Travis County, where Tesla's new gigafactory is under construction. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Quita. And take a look for yourself. You can see dozens of construction vehicles, equipment, and crew members busy trying to get this $1.1 billion facility built. And for those of you who haven't been out here, well, this site is right by 130, where, as you can see, cars are constantly driving by, and drivers are getting the chance to get a first-hand look as this starts becoming more and more, looking like more and more manufacturing plant every day. Cranes in the middle of eastern Travis County helping a metal shell take shape, eventually filling Tesla's gigafactory with hundreds of jobs.
You're talking about production associates, technicians.
Is what Rohan Patel has previously said the automaker will do. He serves as a public policy and business development for Tesla.
We need a diversity of talent in all sectors of the manufacturing realm.
In that realm, Tesla's website on Tuesday lists more than 280 jobs in manufacturing, construction, facilities, design, engineering, and information and technology, all for the new gigafactory. Patel has said even before choosing the Austin area, Tesla was already tapping Central Texas for its academic talent.
We're already recruiting from the likes of Texas A&M and the likes of the UT Austins of the world.
The Gigafactory is expected to build the upcoming Cybertruck, the Model Y SUV, and other Tesla products. And the Gigafactory is expected to open by the end of the year. Back to you.
KVU's Jenny Lee live in eastern Travis County. Jenny, thank you.